We have some big news coming in. The BBMP Commissioner Anil Kumar has warned of strict action against lockdown violators. The strict action will be taken against people who are unnecessarily coming out. We have traced secondary contacts in Bengaluru. This is what the BBMP Commissioner has said. All secondary contacts will be quarantined. This is the latest big news we are tracking at the moment. BBMP Commissioner Anil Kumar has warned of strict action against COVIDiots, and he has said that strict action will be taken against anybody who is unnecessarily stepping out, and that they have also traced secondary contacts in Bengaluru. This is what the Commissioner had to say. Let's listen in.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಡವಟ್ಟುಗಳು ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರಿಂದ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರು ಸುರಕ್ಷಿತವಾಗಿ ಅವರವರ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ತರ ಎಡವಟ್ಟು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು? ನಾವು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಒಂದು ತೀರ್ಮಾನ, ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಲಾಕ್ಡೌನ್ನ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದು ಯಾರ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು? ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು. ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಳ್ದೇನೆ ಓಡಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಹರಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಯಾರ್ದು? ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರದೇ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ.
Here we have seen several people coming out on the streets, and nowadays as the lockdown goes more deeper as the days extend, and even today when we go out and look outside, there are several motorists on the road defying the lockdown orders. Last night as well there was a ruckus created in Nelamangala when a woman returning from Chitradurga holed up a traffic jam over there, causing a massive traffic jam. Now Adarsh brings us some more details on this particular story. Adarsh, do tell us what kind of measures is the police is taking, what kind of measures the BBMP is taking now that the number of people venturing outside has only increased by the day and not decreased.
Oh yes, indeed, Amruta. But up until now, up until the latest medical bulletin that has come out, as per the latest medical bulletin, there has been no positive cases reported in Bengaluru city. But yes, when it comes to the measures being taken on ground, there's constantly one word or one message that is doing the rounds, and that is if you are found venturing out, if you are violating the lockdown norms, then you are bound to face strict action. Not just the BBMP Commissioner Anil Kumar, but just a while ago, you had the Revenue Minister R. Ashoka say the exact same thing as to how lockdown violators will be dealt with strictly going forward. And if in case any particular city or any particular district is not able to keep a close watch, is not able to keep a close check on the number of COVID-19 cases rising in that particular district or city, then yes, be ready for some stringent restrictions in place. That's what Revenue Minister has said, and to that effect, even the BBMP Commissioner Anil Kumar has said. So the bottom line really remains as to how the number of cases are only on the rise, because of which you have the politicians in big places, in responsible positions, authorities really towing a very strict line at this point in time as to how lockdown violators will be dealt with very strictly going forward. And to that effect, we have a lot of action being taken on the ground as well, with the cops really intensifying their checks. Even the essential service providers, their passes are being thoroughly screened and checked to ensure that no fake passes are doing the rounds. So the cops on ground are intensifying. We've seen up until now a certain kind of checking maybe, and now looking forward we may see a more intense form of checking by the cops. And on the other hand, you also have a case where the BBMP has gone ahead and has identified at least 30 wards that could come under the containment zone. So when all of this is happening, it really remains to be seen as to how well we as citizens ensure that we take the responsibility of staying at home and do not venture out, because it is ultimately in our hands. If the cases rise, then yes, we may be put into a containment zone and there will be action taken against us as well. Back to you, Amrita.
Adarsh, first of all, the BBMP Commissioner, the Police Commissioner of the city, Bhaskar Rao, has said that the police won't be taking out any lathi charge against COVIDiots. So has that really worked out in Bengaluru city? Because more and more people are coming out, and just last night we had an incident wherein a woman returning from Chitradurga created a ruckus, causing a traffic jam amidst the lockdown. So has that plan really worked out, not lathi charging people and not taking stringent measures?
Well, Amrita, that's another very interesting question as to what amount of force should the police really be exerting on the common man to ensure that the lockdown is enforced. That is a big question in itself. Right, like you pointed out, the Commissioner of Police Bhaskar Rao clearly said that he's instructed the cops not to indulge in lathi charging. But has that really helped? Not so much, because on a daily basis we keep reporting cases of how in several areas across the city you have people venturing out, violating the lockdown norms and throwing social distancing to the wind. So when all of that is really transpiring, whether the cops should be a little more stringent, whether they should be a little stricter on ground, is a big question in itself. And with the politicians themselves, BBMP Commissioner himself, the Revenue Minister R. Ashoka towing a line that stringent action will be taken, we are not just talking about punishment post the offence is committed, but also during the offence itself. Suppose if you are caught red-handed trying to cause some trouble in any area, then yes, some action may be taken on the ground itself, given the fact that the number of cases are on the rise and the lockdown still does not seem to be fully followed or respected by several people, not just across the city but across the state as well. So we may see the police reconsider or relook at that prospect of not lathi charging COVIDians. They may have to relook at that. It remains to be seen, with more stringent measures likely to be implemented, not just in those 30 containment zones, probable containment zones that we were talking about, but also across the city.
Yes.
It really remains to be seen as to what kind of a stand the Commissioner of Police and the cop force really takes going forward, Amrita.